Candid. Hear me. We're back.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello, and Apabango and Bora Hey. And it is going to be our last show here on the 11th, ending our very first day of our Still With You 10 years of wellness with Bangtan. Woo! And we are coming to you live from Uganda, Peru, because it's Flora's first time being on the show for the day. She's been behind the scenes most of the day. Minnesota, and then I'm in Orlando, Florida. So yeah, we're everywhere. Woo, Army. Whew, what a day it's been, huh? I'm still thinking about poor little Cookie. Oh, is Joanna here? Wait, is she not? Because I can't always see. No, Andrea's here. Okay. Andrea.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Great.
I didn't see, the thing doesn't always show me who's, for some reason, what's below.
You told me you were the only one who could see me because I was like, hey, I'm here.
No. I
was just sending her a note and then she noticed you. So
yeah. It was like
It's nice to be noticed.
So it's just an open conversation about those specific topic points. It's what we've been saying. And we're toggling straight off of our last show, which was fantastic with Lillian and Joe. Where's Joe? She went to sleep, poor thing. Oh, there you
she
are.
is.
Where's Joe? Did you go to sleep? And then Andrea was with us earlier today, and she's got another show. And so we're gonna this is round robin today. We are actually representing a very multicultural Army perspective, very multicultural, and we are coming, except for Andrea and me. I think everyone else is somewhere else in the world. So, but we're both here in Central Florida. She's in Tampa, and I'm in Orlando. This conversation is just an open one about the dynamic of being able to walk. I think about accepting the parts of our life that have been or may not always turn out the way that we want it to, and then finding a way through the Army dynamic and through BTS that helps us to transition and allows us to start with continue in acknowledging what we've achieved. So it's a really great concept of being able to acknowledge our emotional wellness, if that makes sense. And then how does Army become part of that dynamic? Creating cathartic spaces. Okay? So a cathartic space for healing and a place for respite. So in our language, in the English language, respite means the ability to have not just a place to rest, but it's a resting of the spirit and the mind. It's like a much bigger thing. Okay? I'm actually going to post that to you guys so you could see it here. And I'm going to post it so Army can see it as well. So if anyone is able to join us for the show today, because I realize it's been a lot to keep up with us. So welcome, everyone. Just introduce who you are a little bit. And then for anyone joining, able to join, let them know who you are.
Well, I'll go first then. My name is Terry, and I live in Minnesota. I've been Army for about 3 years, and I have not, believe it or not, met any of these people in person, but that can attest to the fact that Armies are everywhere, and Army love stretches across the globe.
100,000%. Okay, Flor.
Okay, I am Flor. I was born in Peru, but I live in Madrid most of the time. But I'm spending the holidays in Peru. So I've been on Army for about 2 years, maybe, maybe less. But this got me like, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah, the all-in concept is something that Flora and I have been talking about because we just met, and it's the same thing with me and how Naomi and I were talking, and it feels like we've known each other 5 years, but we've known each other 6 months. Flora and I have known each other. We met literally April 25th.
Exactly.
April 25th. of this year, because of Yoongi and going for the D-Day concerts, we met at the pop-up right there. And here we are. We're not even 2 full months into our friendship, and it's been forever again. And I don't have a trust with for everyone, but some people in this world are very kind and you can trust them, and I feel like that with Floor. So yay.
Thank you.
The love is a very big thing. So, and then Andrea and I, you want to tell them who you are, where you are?
Well, I'm Andrea, and I'm in Tampa, and I've kind of crossed paths with Nisha, but not really. We haven't had a chance to sit down and really like spend a whole day together. But she used to be in Florida, and right now she's busy in Florida, but she ended up having to go for business out in Oakland, California, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think one of the most amazing things are all the big-hearted people I've met because of BTS. I mean, there really is a difference in the camaraderie you have, and people who don't know you, even if we have chat groups. I know Nisha set up several for hugs and well-being and stuff. So if someone's having a rough day, all they have to do is reach out, and people are quick to respond and encourage that person and support that person. And everybody needs that. Everybody needs that.
That's
So
exactly.
all of you are a blessing. Everyone I've met has been a blessing.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it. My kids taking care of me and making sure I'm eating. They've been cooking for feeding me, because when I'm doing shows, it's one thing. But before I jump back in with, thank you so much for that, Andrea. I think I say your name wrong every time, so
It's
just.
okay.
But it's I used to do during this time of the year a 2-day event through our Living Bangtan set, through Diversity Geek, which is the parent company, because this is PTSD Awareness Month. And we are founded in trauma recovery. That is the foundation of what we do. So we would always trying to do a 2-day online event. So through fandom. And this is the first time I'm physically getting to do it. It's 3 years to the day where I started to do this, where I said one day I'm going to do this for Bangtan, and here we are. 3 years later. I have been watching. It's like everything just comes in the way that it's supposed to. And I never realized that it's the same time as Festa. And then in my brain, I don't know how I never put the pieces of the puzzle together. But they debuted in the week where trauma recovery is being discussed throughout the world. Is that amazing or what? Hey, someone's live feed has a lot of noise. Do you know what it is?
I don't think so.
Is it mine? Hold on, let me check.
I don't think I've met Lillian, so I'd love to hear Lillian tell me who she is and where she's at.
Right there. Yep, that's them next. So
I'm going to turn my fan off because maybe that.
I think it's your fan, my love. Thank you. All right, Lillian and Josella.
Yeah. Please.
You first.
Hi everyone. Nice to meet you, Andrea. My name is Lillian. I've been in army for almost 3 years now. I'm J-Hope biased, but I love Jimin very, very much. Yeah. Yeah. That's basically it. Um, just finished university, starting first
Wow.
work also.
If you ever make it to Florida, you have a friend.
I mean,
Thank you.
when she makes it to Florida, she has a huge family. Oh goodness. Okay, go ahead.
I am Josella, but you can call me Jo, just like Nisha does. We are Ugandan Army, me and her.
Oh, I forgot that.
Um,
I forgot I was
we're
Ugandan.
Ugandan, somewhere in East Africa.
It sounds very far away.
Yeah, I know.
And that's
Yeah.
amazing that you're joining us. I think that's just awesome that I can say I know people from Uganda now.
Yes, of course.
This day, we've had people from India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Brazil, Peru. We've had people from other parts of South America. We've actually had Russian army on today. We had European army on today. Uh, different parts of Africa. It has been because I'm the one I'm able to see. I have the algorithm.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, as we talk today about you never walk alone, I am telling you for an event that a company that we are technically still smaller, um, with the help of the army who we've been collaborating with, even though you guys can't see it, I can tell you where our reach is. I can tell you who's touching, the people that are touching, and it actually has been a global approach. It's been something.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing to me.
So the first question we're talking about today, and it's an open discussion, right? It's going to be as how BTS has become a unifying force for healthy social emotional connection, which is a huge part of it, and a togetherness that spans the globe, culture, race, gender, etc. So let's talk about each of us just talked about it, how BTS is becoming a unifying force for healthy social connections. Um, I know that with Joe and Lillian, we talked in the show prior about how they've started to make changes within their society based on this. Uh, Tell me, what you think about the concept of Bangtan being a unifying force in your area with your army.
First of all, we've been able to create a WhatsApp group, which I think is our strong base. We have about, is it 400 armies, and we've had projects. We've done charities. Right now we just had a party. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
And then now we're organizing a LED screen for celebrate BTS. So BTS has managed to bring us together as we a Ugandan army, and we have built relationships within us. We always reach out to each other, so we help each other when we have problems. We organize to reach out to anyone who has a problem within us, and we use us, our like our like the BTS Army group, to create these changes in the community. We are trying to reach out to so many people through BTS.
One thing I should add to that, because BTS is not so much on where I'm coming from. It's not a culture. I don't know what word to use. Like, it's culture diverse. It's not like, it's like we're all diverse as armies. You're from different backgrounds. You're from different religions. You have different beliefs, and at the end of the day, you all come together and like do something, make a change just because of the love you all have as a group. I can tell you, I've grown up without a single Muslim friend, without like, and right now I can tell you my closest friends are actually Muslims right now because of the army, and I've gotten to connect with more people regardless of what they believe in, regardless of where they are, and just being able to make change, not because of the culture, not because of the love we have for the boys. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's just been like a unifying force for us. Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, you said exactly what we're talking about. Like, so it's called being fluid. So when you're fluid between diversity and all of these other parts of the things that tend to cause us to be divided, so it's bridging social divides, bridging cultural divides, bridging race, gender, everything divide. If you don't mind my saying, I know Terry, you're like, we're going to talk about age for a moment. How old is it that you are?
70.
Terry?
Just turned 70.
It's last month. Sorry.
Yep, she just had her birthday. Happy birthday. We're going to sing it to you,
Thanks.
Joe.
You should.
The Yoongi trip was a trip for myself for my
Yep,
birthday.
that was her birthday gift. So I actually have her birthday gift in California. I have to send it to her. I personally am 57. And then who's that? Andrea?
I'm 56.
Right, we're the same, right? See, same
Yeah,
age.
pretty close. My birthday's in
Floor?
August.
I'm 34.
34. And then my young ladies are 26 and 28, correct?
Yes.
Wow.
So we're spanning 40 years, 40 plus years right here. So we're not just spanning culture, location, and demographics. We're spanning age in every way, shape, and form as well. So,
Yes.
a fandom that allows people to connect emotionally, socially in this type of a way. As a physician, Floor, what do you know, as a like both of us being in medicine, it's a phenomenon we don't see much, right? Something that's this connective. How would you say that this is healthy for Army's emotional wellness?
It's our support network. That's something that you learn in school, in med school, but in life, I usually felt alone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, alone most of the time. But being an army and knowing BTS, this get me the opportunity to meet people. I, I didn't know. I remember the first army I met was at a hospital. We were on the ER, and she approached to me, and she's a coworker. She said, "Do you like BTS? I like you. I think do you like BTS?" And we are friends now. She loves BTS.
That is crazy.
Do you know BTS?
Do you know BTS?
And exactly. And the same thing happened in my job a few months later. Like we were like I work in a lab, so we were more like into a practice, or more or less small class workshop, put it that way. And the person in charge said, "I like your shirt, your T-shirt." And I said, "No, I don't think you. I don't think so." I know. I like your T-shirt. I was wearing a BTS T-shirt, and she was like, "I
Oh.
love it. I love BTS." And just say that.
Oh,
So,
see, we don't
and then,
know where we're gonna. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that was the same with you. I mean, when I met living Bangtan, I was for uni. I went with a friend who is not army. I went alone to New York. It was my very first trip to the US. And I was like, I'm going to the concert. I don't care. I'm going.
Mm.
And I remember that the main topic wasn't about what do you do for a living, how old are you, or the basic stuff. It was who's your bias, how long have you been in army, and stuff like that. That unifies people. We found our group, and I felt that I belonged somewhere,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's pretty important, I guess, in a human being, like living in a society, the sense of belonging. Nish, you were saying something.
Yeah, I'm putting notes in here. Actually, I spelt it wrong, but that's okay. Everybody, forgive me for spelling that wrong. So that's where we're going to go straight into the concept of belongingness. You know, Terry, myself, and there was a point in life where I used to say, because of my age cohort, me, Terry, or Andrea, it was different for us to start to thrive in a healthy social connection community because we just weren't encouraged to do that, right? I think we didn't have the opportunities, especially maybe Andrea and myself growing up here. uh, but with Bangtan, um, we have the opportunity, like we just said, to talk to people from 12 different countries in one conversation, and it's done fluidly. There's no question about who you're talking to, right? So why do you think that belongingness can bridge those gaps or those divides that in a lot of other situations it's difficult to do? It's difficult, but with Bangtan, it's not difficult in the least. Why do you think that is?
I want to answer that, but I'm not sure whether I got the actual question.
It's no answer. You got it. Don't worry. You got it.
One thing with Bangtan, if I talk to one army, I feel like because there is a far different connection I have with them compared to like a normal person I would talk to. I
A normal person. I gosh, I'm okay not to be normal.
Normal is boring.
Normal is
there is a sort of a different emotional attachment or feeling when you like have
It's just
like when
there.
you talk to one army and
Mhm.
help and like talk to them about something. There's a completely different. There is, I don't know how to explain it. Let me use this. Can I don't know. Let me cut it short. There's a time I was really sick and I had to get surgery. And I was so scared about the outcomes of the surgery. That was just recent last year.
Oh no.
And I talked to literally everyone. I talked to doctors, I talked to my family, and I still wasn't calm about it. And I didn't know what to do. And I remember at some evening I texted Terry. I sent her a very long message explaining what I was going through, explaining how I was feeling about it. And she told me it's okay. And the fact that she's an older army and she has seen life more than I have. And she didn't really judge like what the circumstance was. She didn't judge that at all. And she helped me understand that even if the future doesn't work out the way you opt it will, because my fear of having the surgery was because I was not sure how my future would be, because it had something to do with my womanhood, as then so sure I'll be able to give birth at the end of the day. And I was so scared about it. And she helped me understand it's you can still enjoy life even without children, even without that. And the fact that she was telling me this, and I knew she had this connection with me because of the army, because of BTS. It was a bit it was easier for me to like understand and relate, and let go of the pain of the depression I was getting myself into because of all this sorts, because of the paranoia. So I think that's how I should explain, because I've talked to so many people about it. And the the it was still the same thing at the end of the day. Like, I really didn't get what they're trying to tell me. And I think it's just the emotion attachment I have with Ami and BTS. It helped me understand her. And yet some people would tell me the same thing, but it was easier for me to understand her. I don't know whether I'm trying to
Makes sense.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, something like that. I don't know where it got me. I'm trying to explain, but
No,
what's
no,
up
no.
going.
We completely get it. No, keep going. Keep going. You got it. You got it.
So it's the connection, the emotional connection we have as Ami, that helps us be able to get through situations better than with the people we talk to. I think I'll talk to a therapist who's an Ami, and
No,
they'll understand me better than just any other normal therapist, because I'll start explaining how I love this brother. They'll be like, what are you
Like,
going on about? So something like that. Yeah.
I think that what you were toggling on is the word trust. I'm
yes.
listening intently to you, and in medicine, my approach with my patients, I have patients who are army. I wear and I represent Bangtan everywhere. It is never a question. My pins are on me all the time. I wear everything and it doesn't matter to me if they understand that that's what I'm wearing. I'm very
Yeah.
comfortable about it at this point.
Yeah.
Why I say this is that patient who sees me has to be able to is a I treat them as if they were an army. They're a human being regardless. And they need to know that they can trust me to be there for them and to help them. So with most army, we have a trust. We the foundation is already Bangtan,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And that
Yes.
foundation, I think, allows you to feel more comfort, like you said, to be
Yeah.
able to allow them to know something about you. Is it kind of like, is that what we're, um, kind of makes sense?
Yes. Yes.
So it's the same thing with me being a provider and I'm taking care of my patients. I need to earn their trust. But it's the same with Army, but we've leveled up on the trust level because we're already Army. Our foundation is Bangtan, which is already the bulletproof philosophy. That's an incredible thing to have. That's incredible. That's a great, 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 great. I'm so proud of your group because I've been with you now for over a year. Actually, if you realize this is the first time we're meeting in the year that we've
Yeah.
known each other, and in this year you've grown so much. So proud of you. Look at what you've both come through to get to this place. I'm so proud of you guys, of your team. I'm just so happy.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Did you ever think 1 year ago that we would be sitting here together doing something like this?
I didn't even think I would find like international friends.
I would say the same thing because I'm always thinking at greater things, thinking at
Mm.
bigger things. So I knew at some point BTS would take me places. I would make me meet new people. So it's I know even after this I would like have bigger platforms. So yeah, so it's not like I saw it happening, but I hope it will happen. So
Oh, it is happening. You're with me.
it's already happening.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So Terry can talk to you a little bit about because Terry's been with me as DG and she's been with me as Bangtan as LB7, and with our organization with Living Bangtan 7 is just one is the baby of our group of our organization. Diversity Geek has been doing this work for 7+ years now, bringing together communities in this way, and I I can tell you just how formative and critically relevant it is to find your fandom, to find something that you love this much as you help to improve, as you work towards your identity. It's, it's, I say so formative. It is so essential for people to pursue a passion like Bangtan. So essential for them to be able to find a state of belongingness. So I'm just throwing in some things because I have some thoughts because this is my research. This subject is my research. Um, so then Andrea, I know that how how do you think, because we had this conversation I think 2 days ago, you me and Terry, as a matter of fact, about how that belongingness and that comfort then can help us find compassion for ourselves when we're going through stress.
Mhm.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, meeting people who are Army or into BTS, right away you have something to connect with. And that I think is a huge thing, especially if people are shy or introverted. If they have something in common, that's what you can build a friendship on. So, and then you find out the other things you have an interest, like Terry and I working on projects together and fundraisers, and you know, Nisha's planning trips to Seoul, and I want to be in on one of those. And everybody's going through some stress in their life and different things. And I think we all hide our emotions in that sense, the sad stuff. We don't open up that much. So when you find people you feel comfortable enough to open up with, like you did talking to someone about your surgery and stuff, they gave you the support and emotional support you needed to make you feel better about it, to know, because you knew they said they would be there and support you, and that made you feel calmer. I think that's a huge thing. It doesn't matter how far away someone is. With today's technology, like that, I'm talking to you in Uganda and Minnesota and
Peru.
Peru. It's just, that just amazes me. It amazes me because I don't even know the neighbors down my street, let alone country.
Well, actually, then that's a good point. What would okay? I grew up extremely socially inhibited. I think it's very difficult for people to know that I was an introvert.
I
for
was
most
too.
of my life, as we talked about this, and how we've toggled to a different place in our existence now. Can I ask you then to share how that concept of you never walk alone, that connection has helped you to be able to find out who you are in this space. So each of you, go ahead if you could tell me about that.
I think I'm in the travel, to find who I am.
Mm.
But being army has given me the tools and the opportunities to try new things, stuff that I would like to do in life, but I never did.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I don't know how to say this in English.
Dice en español. It's okay. Say it in Spanish. Let me see. I'll get it for
Okay.
you.
I'll say it in English. I was taught that I wasn't good enough to do sports since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
You're smart, go to read. You won't do what sports. No. I am boxing now, and I think I found it through BTS. I really think I like it. I do fine. So BTS and being army has given me these opportunities. Try do new stuff. Learn how to travel by myself. Have to do things I want to do, even though I don't maybe find someone to join me, because maybe I will meet someone there. And that's what happened to me. I'm really grateful for all of this.
So we're still on the path, and that's actually
the
answer in the long run is that we're on the path. Anyone else want to share about how you found a part of yourself through the "you never walk alone" concept or philosophy yourself?
For me, Nisha, I struggle with that question a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to address it. I don't know how to know who I am, like what defines me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do I know who I am? Is it my character? Is it what I want to do? Is it I don't know. So that question I still struggle so much with it. I don't know how to know that.
That's beautiful. You're supposed to struggle with it. If you knew that already, I often say that you wouldn't need to be here. We come to this world not knowing, and we grow in this world learning.
True.
So
well, you're always growing and always learning and always changing, because what you thought you knew or liked yesterday, you might like differently tomorrow.
Mhm.
And that's opening yourself up to new, like Flora going across an ocean to get to New York. I'm like, I can't imagine traveling across to another country by myself. I go I had friends with me, but to go by myself, to me, that's a huge brave thing. But I've had people tell me I'm brave because I'll fly cross country to California. To me, that's not brave. That's just me getting on a plane and going somewhere in the United States. But to go to another country, that to me takes adventure and bravery to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge, those are adventures I would love to have. And I wish I had them younger when I was your ages, ladies, but I feel old. But
I told you can't say that when you have me and Terry here. We have this.
I know that is true.
Okay, so
I want to do more things. I want to meet people who want to go places and adventures and not just sit at home and see other people doing it. I want to go out there and do things, not just sit at home and see or hear or read about other people who got to go do things that they've always wanted to do.
But guess what? The concept of that is, in the same way that it is for Joe, is it's okay to ask yourself the question about what it means to define myself. Go ahead and ask it. Write it down. Make it a mantra if you want to. What is it that defines who I am? But don't get tied down in it
Right.
either. And don't get tied down in whether or not you can get to a place that you'd like to get to. Guess what? You'll get where you
You'll
get.
get there.
Something will happen. So, whatever you're struggling through. So with me, I did not expect 10 years ago, I could not have said to you that I'd be traveling the world and teaching this lesson to people, that I'd be spreading this message through Bangtan of all things. Who knew that? So you don't know where a path is going to take you, but that path can be filled with stones. It can be filled with stones, but you're still going to travel on it, right? So, Terry, your fan, I think.
No, it's off.
What is going on? We have some extra sounds behind somewhere. I'm not sure where it's coming from. So I'm going to actually show you. Look. See?
No, okay.
It's what?
You never walk alone.
Yeah. Look at these babies. Look at these loves.
You look so pretty.
Aren't they just beautiful?
I want to have friendships like they have. I would love to have friends who accept you, you're good and you're bad, and that you, okay, first of all, that we'll work to talk things out if there's a problem.
While
Instead
you
of just
talk, I'm
ignoring
showing
each
you pretty people, okay? I'm just going to let you enjoy yourself.
other.
Keep talking while I show
They're
you.
the example. To me, they're an example of how I think true friendships should be, but it is so hard to find that. I think we're all jealous of their friendships with each other.
Sorry,
Let
I
me
was-
ask you this, Andrea. Are you saying,
Damn.
are you making
Look
it
at
hard to
that.
find
Look at
because
that.
you don't think that you deserve it?
Unfortunately, in my experience, have not found people who
Jesus.
I guess are true to friendship like I am. I'm a very loyal person. And so I'm a, ride or die friend. And if
Sorry, I'm showing Jin. I couldn't help it.
just after you need you there, I will be there for them. But I have learned not to rely on other people. So that's I've had to learn to rely only on myself most of my life growing up.
Well, let's talk. Let's step back from that a little bit. I'm listening to you. I promise. I wasn't
I know.
distracting. We were.
Oh, I love seeing the pictures of the boys.
We're giving motivation. I turn and I open pictures of Jin, so I have to stop and that's
JK did a live and we just watched him sleep for 5 minutes.
We did. You watched us, right? We had it on. He joined us. You joined us this morning. JK joined us this afternoon. It was meant to be. I mean, what else? I'm showing you the reason, though. This concept of you never walk alone, with them in the space that they are in these two books, it was, if you go back and you look at the concept of why they created it the way that they did here. You just said something to me about you want to have the friendship in the relationship, and understand theirs is a very honest one. They fought with each other. They gave each other heck. They didn't always like each other.
Oh no, it wasn't smooth. But the fact that they were all determined to make it work.
So we're talking about being able to find this kind of, look at this. Wait, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, you don't.
Look at this picture.
Oh my
This
God.
one.
She's like,
You
I
see
apologize. No, you don't. Look at this.
I have to do it. I mean, we need this motivation. Look at this face. Okay, so oh my God. Sorry. Look.
Oh my God.
I just love the smiles, the joy they have.
Yeah, that smile.
That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to bring it because the fact is that when we're walking the path, us not being alone means that we talked about this in the other show, that the 7 parts of who they are have become parts of who we are. So therefore, if we have 50 million army who are part of that 7, doesn't that also mean that we have that belongingness, and that we have that they're part of that genetic structure? We weren't born together, but we grew together. We've grown together. You know what I mean? So how does that help you to be able to, a big question is, how does that help you to define your own walking path then? How does it help you to change? Do you need to change your path that you're walking on? Has it made your path stronger? I mean, what do you think about this, about how they've influenced your movement forward? Josella and Lillian?
I know that I'm thinking at it, right? How have they influenced my path? Uh, like she said, like Andrea said, she's grown up alone, like
Mhm.
uh, having to rely on herself. I think I'm also the kind of person who has had people in my life, but I don't share what's going on, what's actually going on with me. Like I'm used to making things happen for myself, making sure I get to where I want to be, and making sure, like yeah, I've been alone, but how they have helped me. Um, Persona is one Persona Map of the Soul 7 is one of my favorite albums. Okay, it's my top favorite album
Really?
because it talks more about the different personalities and how you can sync the different personalities and be able to overcome the different I don't know, the different obstacles that would come within your way
Mhm.
just because of how you relate. And I am, like I said earlier on, I'm an introverted extrovert. Like I'm so loud, but I'm very, very, you'll never know anything about me unless I actually share it with you.
Mhm.
And having connected with a number of armies, like I said, still my closest friends, like the people I talk to about everything that's happening with me, are armies. They've helped me step out of the shell, step out of just being me, having someone like people to trust, having people I can share my life with. So it's been interesting because I'm on this path, and I know I have like people to run to, have people to rely on. Um, it's not just me trying to live life. It's not just me walking down the road. I have people holding me up when I stumble, and I hope people will get me up again. Yeah, so yeah, that's how it's been.
For me,
That's
I
beautiful.
think
Go ahead. Mhm.
for me, BTS has influenced me in a way that it has influenced my path in a way that I've become a people oriented type of person, and
Ah,
like mental health, and like I just want to be kind, and that was never me. I was like, live your life, I live my life. That's it before BTS. But now, even when I'm like walking on the street, I am very attentive to how
yeah.
people are treated. I'm very attentive to how I can help someone, how I can be kind, how I can make someone realize, feel good. So BTS has just made me. It has given me that kind of mentality. Yeah.
I'm actually writing something in the chat. So based on what you said,
Mm.
it's about becoming more compassionate. Self and other compassionate is what it's called. Self and other compassionate is not something we give ourselves very often. We're not very compassionate with ourselves first. We tend to be more compassionate with people around us and ourselves less. So, what they're teaching us is, even while they're struggling with the same exact lesson they were teaching us, but I want you to love yourself first. I want you to believe in yourself first. I want you to trust yourself first. So, we had them constantly saying this to us. Because of that, did that help us to be able to lift the ban on becoming self-compassionate? Terry, what do you think?
I think so because it's like now we've got the people around us that, and they had each other, and to be the good example to us of how they all stuck up for each other regardless. I mean, they fought and everything, but that's, what family does. But the fact that you can be what you want, and then you've got a support system. And if you've grown to what you think it's supposed to be and society doesn't think so, then you can just say what JK says. So what? He uses that song to, to get back at people. It seems like a few months ago when a lot of people were writing stuff about him for whatever reason, he made a point of singing that song, starting the song at one of the concerts. So it's like, and he knows that true Army will support him in that. If you're being true, first be true to yourself. And if you are, true Army will back you up, because we just don't support any old thing or any old buddy. We support each other because we know that we can get that from each other. And only you know what's best for you. You can't have somebody else telling you what's best for you. So if you feel like what you're doing is best for you, then do it. And then Army will support you.
Mhm. The self-compassion is something that we've been watching the boys find for themselves for a while now, right? Just the fact that they were so emotionally distraught that they were going to hurt us by their decision to do the break, quote unquote, break, but okay.
Yeah, that break.
Just the fact that they were so distraught that this would harm us and hurt us, but they needed to have self-compassion. And on an average, Army completely embraced them and supported them, because we were like, of course you need a break. What are you kidding me?
It's never been a break, though.
It's not a break for us.
So in that long run, oh my God, it's probably 3 times the amount of content. It was insane. It's been insane.
Wow.
Like, what is
You're
this?
supposed to be on a break or vacation. This is not a vacation.
Today we were in bed with JK. Literally.
And then we all watch him sleep twice now.
I know.
I was going to say the fact that he turns on a live twice, knowing that 5 million people are watching him, and he feels safe and sound to do that. I actually wondered about the trust factor. What is he feeling and receiving from us that allows that lovely human being to fall asleep so easily when he struggles? Because we've known that he's told us how many times he struggles to sleep. We've watched him in games struggle to sleep. He gets on with us on a live, and JK will fall asleep. That's not heartwarming. That is honor. I'm honored.
Yeah.
That we're the person he will go to,
That he's comfortable.
that he will receive that comfort. That is the concept of you never walk alone. That's what it is.
Yeah, true.
It's this.
Just at the right time.
It's that. And when Jimin just gets on and plays with Legos. Okay.
And then we go buy them.
And no, he's taking self-care and he's taking self-compassion time, because he's actually said that that's what it is. He's used, those words have been used. And we sit there and we watch him do this thing, and then we do it for ourselves. We buy it because now we want the catharsis. We've said the word catharsis before. So the catharsis means an emotional and a mental healing, right? In the long run, when we're healing from a very painful place. We are we are their emotion. We are their catharsis.
I think so. I think they have grown to trust us so much that they know they can just sit there and do nothing, and we'll still be there and support them like friends do. You can just sit with your friend and you don't have to talk about anything, or be in the same room, but you're together, but not doing anything together. That's a true friendship.
I'm looking at you, Terry. Well, our longest one was 4.5 hours, and we were doing nothing but just, it was on.
Yeah, we were each working on our own thing that we needed to, but then it was like every so often, if you needed to vent about something or you needed to say something, you just did.
I did. And it would be all of a sudden, it would be, oh, I just got this message, blah, blah, blah. And we talk about it. And then another 30 minutes will pass and we wouldn't even say a word, because that is that self-compassion moment that we have. And we've come to a place where we know we can give each other that space. That space is something that we need. That's called a healing space. So that's catharsis. And JK turning the live on today is his catharsis. Namjoon, he used to, but he used it to vent a lot. Right now, he's finding it in other spaces because he's walking his path to find his catharsis, and we're watching him, and he's sharing it with us. Yoongi wrote D-Day. Has come out here. I mean, and he's literally exploded D-Day out into the world for his and our catharsis. In the long run, they trusted us to understand it. And I was there for Jimin, so Face was Jimin's place. Jimin is, if y'all been, Andre has been in the army a long time. Jimin would never have done this in the past. That.
No, he's super shy.
He would never have done this, guys. It's just not his comfort level with himself was not good. His trust who he was, believing in who he was. He would to have gotten to this space. It's just, I don't care what the music sounded like. It was enough that he did it.
I mean, that's watching him grow. That's watching him blossom and trying things that other people are going to criticize him for because it's not his usual stuff.
True, yeah.
So I know I deep dive into conversations. I take the concept very deep, as you know.
That's
Well, we
true.
all saw a different side of J-Hope when he did Arson. Like, none of us saw that side of J-Hope, and he's like,
No one saw
I need
that
to get out.
coming.
Like, he needed to just get it out.
No, I 100% knew it was there because I'm, first of all, J-Hope is I'm who's my Hobie bias? Me. I know it's us. Okay, so you know how this.
Hobie's
you guys
awesome.
know that Hobie is literally one half of me to the day. That means he was born on my same day, my star sign, my everything, half of me. So he's one half of me. It's ridiculous. Even though our birthdays aren't the same date because of the amount of time that's passed, it would have been near the same date. I used to think, why is it that I feel so connected to this human being that I understand him to this level? And I was like, let me go look this up. I was like, whoa. We literally, we have the same, we have such a huge cosmic connection in that sense. That boy has a temper on him. When he needs to have it, he'll have it.
He knows when to have it.
He knows when to have it. I want to know. So we've talked about Hegam a ton. How many of us needed to burn like Arson in order to get back on the right path?
Did you need to run?
Me.
I think I still do.
I'm doing it every day.
I'm going through trial by fire, and that may take a while.
Yeah.
I'm turning the light on and off, on and off.
Okay, I love it though. I love it because you're the one controlling it now,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Hobie, when we realized that Yoongi started the concept of Higam 7 years ago, Hobie started the concept of Jack in the Box pre-debut in 2012. You realize that we have watched. Okay, go ahead. You're going to say something. I don't want to.
Oh, that's when he was putting his name.
What were you going to
What?
say? What were you going to say? Lillian.
Who? No, because I remember a bit of it. Like when you watch the videos and try to get all the content, you can see it's not something that is like it just came up with like in a year or two. Like it's
No, he came up with the concept of J-Hope because it's Jung and then Ho.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
then
yeah.
he came up with the concept of Pandora's Box in 2012. So
Yeah,
when
he got the name J-Hope,
when he
yeah.
was sitting in the taxi with PD Bang, and he was like, "Well, who do you want to be? What is it that you want to say?" He says, "You know what? I'm kind of like this person sitting inside of a box, and it's like hope. That's the very last remnant of possibility in the world, and I think that's the person I'll be. But one day I'm going to come out of that box because I have to become me." 2012.
Wow.
Go and, you're going to watch the documentary next week again. Watch it because he talks about that there. The fact that I think the thing that impressed me most out of all of it is the fact that this man has spent 11 years getting to this place. 11 years getting to
He's
this.
not J-Hope for nothing. He said it.
That's exactly what he said. I'm not J-Hope for nothing. He's so incredibly profound human. And he when they were talking in Suchita, and they were like, well, Jin was like, I'm not sure where I would have been if life hadn't brought me to Bangtan. But they both said, but Hobie would have succeeded anyway, because Hobie is a person who can find his path and find his purpose. What a concept. That's just, I know. Me too, girl. You and me. We got this. We're gonna do a Hobie love session.
We should do it. We need to.
I thought we were going to do a short show. That's not what happened. We are actually at the end of the show of the time. So any last thoughts on the concept of we never walk alone as we walk this path towards defining or understanding who we are, that we have Bangtan with us and we have Army with us the whole way? You want to ask any last thoughts on that? Silence. Speak.
But you're not alone in your silence. We're all silent.
We're all here in silence together. We're all alone together.
I love it. Actually, that's true. We are all alone in the long run, right? Well, the concept of being alone is a construct. What does that mean? You know,
Exactly.
what does it even mean? You can't. It's the same thing, Gisela, about not defining who you are. In the long run, you're changing every second, just like your cellular structure, right, Flora?
Exactly.
There's no moment in which your body is not devolving, and changing and shifting. Therefore, your thoughts, your concept of self has to do the same thing. So we can't bind ourselves to a concept of self we have at this moment, because this is the one we have now. But as we grow and we experience the things, the parts of the world and ourselves that we learn, that allows us to change and then move forward more on the path. So, I like to end this conversation with this type of concept, that that's where self-compassion comes from. You're going to change. It's inevitable. Actually, it's expected. That's it. All we need you to do is grow healthily. So that's why when the boys say stay healthy, stay happy, that's exactly what they mean. That's it. It's such a simple concept. Any last words? Want to say bye to Army? Any day?
We just really want to appreciate you for this project. It's amazing. We don't get a chance to talk like this with anyone. Even though we're armies, we don't have these deep conversations like we're having right now. So I feel like you guys are helping me to grow my mental health. I'm maturing. I'm picking words from you, even from your vocabulary. I'm picking words that I'm writing down, you know. And I hope that one day I can use your words to reach out to someone. Yeah. So I want to grow up. I want to grow with you guys so that I will also be able to reach out. Yeah.
I'm happy for this opportunity. I met incredible people, and you guys, Lilian and Joe, it's like just blew out my mind. I never thought that I met people from so far away.
Thank you.
But it's great. I do love learning from different things. Love what I enjoy is meeting people that they are not like me, or something that I don't expect to. I also want to thank Nisha because being in this program just give me the opportunity to try something I always wanted to do, but I didn't know how to start or how to do it or anything like that. And I've been thinking about defining concept about what defines me. I think that right now, army is the word that defines me because holds most of the things that I am and that I believe in. I was born in one place. I live in another place. I moved all my life. My parents live in my family lives in one city. I live in another. Even if we are in the same country, um, I've been taught since little that I should be for a certain way. I should study something specific. I should do stuff like how I'm supposed to do, how people expect me to do. But through BTS, I've learned that I have to change all that, find my who I am, my own way, and what I want to do. So that's what I want to say.
It's identity. Identity. Self. It's our 10 days of self. Remember? It's all those 10 things we talked about in our self-care prompts. So I thank you so much. I'm it's my honor. It's always my honor to have the opportunity to be anything to anyone who needs me. That's that's always the grace in my life is I do everything I can not to ever turn my back because there's a hand that may be right there and I may have missed it. I do the best but the gift to be able to take their messages and help people through it is I I have no words for what that means in my life. So
But the gift you have given us is helping us connect with each other.
Yeah,
Like I would
true.
never have met these beautiful ladies in Uganda or Peru if it hadn't been for you, Nisha.
Yeah.
I don't know how to contact anybody in Uganda. I'm not sending out an SOS on
Be
Discord
brave,
like, please
Andrea.
talk to me.
Just do it.
Andrea, we are your friends now.
Well,
You're
you are
looking for
always
friends.
welcome to talk to me because I am, Nisha knows this, I am on a journey. I have to redefine who I am after all these years because my life changed overnight. And I have no idea because what I thought I was, I am no longer. So it's a trial by fire. It definitely is.
Mm.
And I have good days and I have bad days. So I'm always open to having new friends and making new places and going places and motivating, you know?
Yes.
My motivation to do things is usually friends. Like, usually people move because of their job, family, or location. And my motivation is my friends and family to go do things. I don't go somewhere just to go somewhere. I have to have a reason to go somewhere usually.
so the majority of the world that we're living in now is connected to Bangtan in some way. I think that that's such an interesting construct in terms of defining what our social moray is and our social strata, who we are. The fact that we together are sitting here and redefining social strata and philosophy through Bangtan is historic is what I believe it is. I think that who we are and what we represent as a global entity is historic, and it's going to be in the history books because the construct of have created as a family, as a family philosophy of army is is something that the world needs to have and that we're showing is a possibility. So the idea that we never walk alone and that the boys gave that to us in HYYH, and it's been how many years now, that we are able to manifest that and bring it to fruition and give them that gift. I think I couldn't have asked to have the honor of doing anything more. That is why Terry will tell you, when Joe and Lillian and Pro asked us to create something for them, and I said I'll make something and we'll make it small, and it's grown into this. Think about that. Look at what you guys did. Look at what you guys did. I tell people it came from the voices of about 5 army who said, "Can you help us create this thing, something?" And I never put it away. And I reached out to you one day and I said, "Okay, I'm ready. Let's do it." And it's going to be small, but we're going to make it happen, right?
Yes.
But look at where it is. Look at what it's become. That is Bangtan. That is because of them. Gives me chills. Okay, we have gone over time. We do try to stay under the hour mark.
I
love
know.
you so much. We actually have a 1 a.m. session, so which is the Namzooming session, which is for Europe. Yeah, I have to get on because I have to get on for the group, the 2 who are teaching that workshop. But hopefully I get some sleep. So I'm gonna go spend time with family, my born
Enjoy.
family, and I love you guys because you're my found family.
Oh, thank you.
You always
Love
be.
you
It was so wonderful to meet you guys.
So much.
too.
Be
Love.
safe. Have
Bye,
a good time.
Bye.
Ladies.
so much. Bye.
Bye.
Ended the first day of still with you, 10 years of healing and wellness with Bangtan. Thank you so much to Floor and Pro and that team who helped us get through this first day and to get to the point that we were able to even manifest this. I couldn't even imagine we would have gotten this far. And then we start again tomorrow. And it's going to be, we're changing. We've already left a mark and changed the world. So thank you so much, everyone. Love you so much. Bye.
Love you.
Bye.